Wood smoking on my dragons, divine righteous, almighty greats overachieving, never slack. I am back with a new reaction. Today we got the Marshall Tucker Band, Can't You See? And this is from 9/10/1973, Grand Opera House. We're gonna hop right into it. Since this is an older song, this will be in my oldies playlist. Go ahead and binge watch that if you're new to the channel. Also, since this is an older song, I will not say anything or pause to the end out of big respect for music that's been here before my time. With that being said, I'm not going to waste no more time. Let's get to it.
Oh, everybody's having a good time now. Yeah. Take a freight train down at the station now. I don't care where it goes. I'm gonna climb a mountain, the highest mountain, Lord. I'll jump off, ain't nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord? Oh, she been doing to me. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, oh, she been doing to me? I'm gonna find me a hole in the wall. I'm gonna crawl inside and out. Better now. Oh, mean old woman, Lord, never told me goodbye. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, oh, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, oh, she been doing to me? Gonna buy a ticket as far as I can. Ain't I never coming back. I'm gonna take me a southbound all the way to Georgia, Lord, till the train it run out of track. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, oh, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, oh, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see What that woman, oh, she been doing to me. Can't you see? Oh, Lord, she's such a crazy kind of lady. What that woman, oh, she been doing to me. Can't you see? Lord, I don't believe I can stand it too much longer. What that woman, oh, she been doing to me. Can't you see? Gonna take a prayer train, can't you see? Down at the station, what that woman ain't never doing to me. Can't you see? Gonna take me to southbound, can't you see? All the way to Georgia, what that woman, the train run out of track.
First off, let me just give them a round of applause. And let me just say, music seemed so much more genuine back then. And just, let me get these ads.
When the world gave them setbacks,
Let me get this ad out the way.
it's backs.
But music seems so much more genuine back then. This was what 1973. Just how they sat there and just or stood there and they really just play their hearts out. You know, every band, every musician I see from that era always played their hearts out and they gave their all. Like you could tell they really put 1,000 hours of practice in to every instrument, to everything they were doing. When they got on that stage, it really showed. Now, as far as the song, kids, you see, man, does that speak. Man, does that speak. Cause on a little more serious note, I mean, people really do go crazy. You know, I feel like in a society where, especially now, where being a man, just being a stand up man, right? Um, a man of value, you know, a man with morals and principle. I feel like in this day and age, in my generation especially, you kind of get demonized for that a little bit. Like um, you have to accept things. Like I mean, you know, they try to force things on you in a sense. You know, doesn't matter what you know what skin color you are at this point. You know, they if you a stand up man who just handles his business and just it's like man, you know, it's like you looked at a certain way nowadays. So the females, specifically in my generation, you know, they feel like I feel like there's a lot of narcissism and what a lot of people will call Jezebel spirit, and it does break away and chip at guys. You know, it seems like the more honorable you are, the more loyal you are, the more you kind of get used, and it'll drive you crazy. I really felt when he sat here and he said, uh, you know, he want to get a bus ticket and just go. You know, can't you see what you're doing to me? It's like I could, if it was like that back then, I want to know how he would feel now in a generation where uh, social media runs everything and woman, not just woman. I don't want to make this like a biased thing, but I'm just going off of, you know, the song, you know, because there's always, you know, both sides. But women, you know, they seeing all day. They're seeing different options on Instagram, on this and that. They're seeing, you know, they're just able to get all this attention, which kind of sparks this narcissistic, you know, mentality. And they tend to use people, and it becomes this sick game in this generation, my generation. And I mean, I've had friends who've committed suicide. I mean, it really does get that serious. So, you know, to hear back in '73, you know, hear to make a song like this, Can't you see what this woman's doing to me? It's like, man, that spirit has always been around, but now in a time where, like I said, you demonize just for being a man, like you gotta accept certain things, you gotta kinda in a sense be just something else. You don't. You got to be something else, man. And to be accepted, or else you're looked at as like judgmental, and you can't just be. It's if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, right? But even for women, it's an attack on both sides. But I'm just gonna speak on specifically because this is a man saying from his perspective, right? This is a band of men playing and singing from their perspective, telling a story from their perspective. So I'm keeping it on that perspective. But yeah, people do go crazy, like you see what this woman doing to me? Like you would just get on a bus and just go, just would go. Like that's some real relatable lyrics right there. Seriously. All the way from 73 to 2023, man. 2023, that is still relatable. But wow, I really like them. I really did enjoy this. The Marshall Tucker Band. Uh, it's reminded me of why I like these older bands and this older music so much because they really do. Not only do they tell a story and really be genuine in their music, but dang, that phone just keeps ringing. But probably my job trying to tell me to come in early. To be honest with you, can't you see what this job doing to me? Nah, but look, to stay on topic, like you know, they also gave genuine talent. They also played their hearts out. They also sung their hearts out. They also were very very well coordinated, and everything was just well put together, and they really gave real shows. Now we got AI pretty much running the show, or getting ready to run the show. You're getting all these AI songs. You don't really know what's what. We already know for years they've been playing in the studio with, different sounds and people's voices. It don't even really be them. And this is why, like, when I would see people, I'd say in like the mid 2000s when YouTube really started to take off and, people would drop music, there would be certain people that would just criticize them all the time. Oh yeah, but your quality of music, it's like you listen to what they're saying and hear their lyrics at least, right? Because a lot of the times this high quality studio music we hear, it may not even be the artist. It be you don't know what they're doing in the background. Engineers, producers, and all that. They could take anything and just it's like now that AI is coming out, it's like come on, they've been had that. They just now revealing stuff like that and making it popular. But that's probably something they've been had going on. So I love going back in time and looking at songs like this and listening to songs like this and really, feeling that energy and seeing that talent. That talent that's now been, for the most part, stripped away. It's not really, it's not too many bands you hear out there that are mainstream, that are just genuinely talented anymore, right? So shout out to the Marshall Tucker Band. And I can't get off this topic because to me, this topic is just so relevant. Can't you see what she's doing to me? We really live in some serious times. And you guys can say I'm looking too into it, but hey, it's a reason things are so upside down right now. Family structure, a lot of things is just, a lot of values and principles, is gone. And people are running around wild. What do they call it? I'm probably gonna pronounce it wrong. Was it Babylon? Babylon, Babylon. That's where we at with it. Sodom and Gomorrah. So yeah. But I'm gonna go answer that phone. With that being said, I really enjoyed this, as you guys can tell, because when I dive a little deep into something, I really enjoyed it. But this was the Marshall Tucker Band. Can't you see? My first time listening. It's amazing. I love it. I would definitely love to hear more. Definitely drop more recommendations. And yeah, original link in the description. And if you guys want more videos like this, hit that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. And I will see you guys all soon. Much love to you all.